All right, today is Sunday, March 2nd, 2019, and I just finished up the steering column. It wasn't hard. It's been a couple years since I did one, so I kind of had to relearn how it goes, but it's pretty straightforward. So start from the gearbox. This is CPP 500 for those who haven't been following my videos. It's a 500 gearbox going to a standard small block water pump or power steering pump. It has these U-joints. I think they're called Borgeson couplers. It replaces the rag joint, which I think the rag joint is a terrible design. So it uses these U-joints that are splined on one end, and then it calls for it's called a double D shaft, steering shaft, intermediate steering shaft. So you got U-joint to steering shaft up to another U-joint that receives this double D shaft and then mates with the spline on the ididit steering column. And then you have your shifter right there. It's not hooked up yet. And then it goes into the stock steering boot. It's nice and tight fit, actually. It's really, really tight. So that wasn't that bad. I stabbed it in, and then I connected it, and I bolted everything up, and then I realized that I had forgot to put the shifter on. So I had to take it all apart again. Outside of that, it wasn't that big of a deal. That's what it looks like. So this is 64. It's 63, 64. They use this. I'll turn the flash off. See how that looks. It looks a little better. Uses a spacer, billet aluminum spacer right there, to I guess fill in a gap or cover up the hole, actually. So if there's a lot of debate about the ididit versus universal. I'm not sure. I've never had a universal. I've had ididit twice, and it's pretty much direct fit. It takes the guesswork out of everything. The length is good. The length is appropriate. It fits in place. It's nice and tight. It comes equipped with a neutral safety switch and then a hazard flasher. So you gain the hazard flasher, which is an option on these cars. They don't come with hazard flasher stock. It's an add-on. So the ididit, it's a pricey piece. But to me, it's one of the must-haves on these cars. I would pick that over, any other option because it provides a comfort level. So let me get in here. So then I put the instrument cluster in, which that was kind of tricky because of the padded dash. It's kind of tight fit, and try and do all that without chipping anything. I should have did that first. I put the steering column in first, and then I had to end up dropping the steering column down to put the instrument cluster in. So should have done that first. Managed to not really chip much paint. Didn't crack my AC vent. I threw in my AC controls. I actually found those. I thought I had threw them away or lost them, but they were in a toolbox outside. So saved me a couple $100 on that. I do have the dash fascia. Just haven't put it on yet. I'm gonna wait until I get ready to actually get things working. So that's a wrap. Flash. So we got AC vents. They're painted. New felt. Polished a little chrome ball. Glove box door. It's a Cars 1 vacuum sealed or vacuum pad dash. And then the instrument cluster, AC vent, it's actually the original ashtray, so that's pretty good shape. This original steering wheel, I fixed the cracks, painted it, new horn button. It's just mocked up right now, nothing's hooked up, it's just there just to make the video. So the ididit column comes with these little billet knobs, billet turn signal, billet shifter, billet tilt lever, and then the billet flasher on the bottom, which is right here. So in and out, pretty simple. So like I say, it comes with this billet spacer to cover up the hole, and then your neutral safety switch. I couldn't find my clamp, that factory clamp or whatever, so I just used a hose clamp, stainless steel hose clamp. Serves the same purpose. So the ididit steering column is pretty much plug and play with the American Auto wire. You've got your connector right there that plugs in. You plug in your neutral safety switch, and that's it. Plug and play. So that's a good thing. So that's all for today. That was my goal, was to get the steering column in. Did it pretty good without much damage. Let me see here. I think it's an 8-way adjustment. So that's all the way down. You know, naturally I'm not going to drive like that, but and that's all the way up. So this adds a ton of space between your legs and the steering wheel. I mean, to me it's a must-have, because I'm a pretty tall guy. I did it first time in my 63, and man, with power seat, and it just changes the whole dynamic of the car. It just makes it way more fun to drive. The manual bench seat with a manual or standard steering column. Steering wheel rubs on my legs. It's not very fun to drive, but you add tilt steering and power seat, and you have a whole different vehicle. So I do have a power seat. So I think next on this car is I'm going to start wiring under the dash, lay the carpet down, do something with the wiper motor. I do have a wiper motor. I got to buy the harness for it. So we got to put the wiper motor on. Throw the spark plug wires on. This thing should already be timed, or not timed, but in the neighborhood of being timed. Didn't get around to the gas tank, so I got to do that and throw that in. But that was the goal. We got the ididit paintable steel steering column, two-tone steering wheel, padded dash, AC vents. So I'm really liking the way the dash is looking. So stay tuned for more updates, and thanks for watching.